Hey guys, this is Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk Tank Talk, and today's guest, or this week's guest, is Grinny from GrindlerGaming. Now I always mess that up. Did I get that right?
Yeah, Grinny, just Grindler Gaming, Grindler.
Grindler, not
Yeah.
Grindler. See, you corrected me on that once beforehand. So welcome to Tank Talk. Thanks for coming. You'll see that you can see her picture right there. She doesn't have a camera, so send her a camera. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm very self-conscious,
Yeah.
and I stream early in the morning, which means that I don't have my face on. I'm wearing right now sweatpants and a hoodie. I didn't even brush my hair. I just like put it up a little bit, and that's usually how I stream. So I get ready after I stream. So it would be too much effort to put my face up in the morning, if you know what I mean.
You know what I do, because when I started streaming, I did the same thing. It didn't matter what I looked like, and I'd play and I'd stream. And I said, "Well, let's put the camera in." I thought, "All right, you're kind of a scroungy dude, so you might want to, comb your hair or something." So it does take a little thought there. You know what I mean? Hey, so I have to ask this at the very beginning because you just said it in Discord. You because I think this is going to set the stage for this entire interview. All right, the quote was, "I'm peanuts."
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, I'm peanuts.
So just
For some
describe what that
people,
means.
that means that for some people, I'm delicious and they cannot stay away. And for other people, I'm toxic. And to be honest, I love being a peanut. I love being myself. And whether people like me or dislike me, that's okay. Everyone can love me or everyone can dislike me. I'm okay with that.
All right,
No pressure.
not to make fun of the allergy, but you've never just walked into the room and killed somebody, right?
No, I've never done that yet.
Okay,
Yet.
that's awesome. That is awesome. All right, so you stream definitely. Do you do YouTube? What is Grinny doing these days? What's the Grinny plan for as a World of Tanks CC right now?
What my plan is, I have been streaming on Twitch. I am doing YouTube, but I've been trying to put out videos, but every time it's like the universe is against me. Like I had an abscess on my wisdom, one of my wisdom teeth. So I had to have that removed. So my jaw was all like, ooh, so I couldn't record any videos. But definitely YouTube, and in the future, definitely more YouTube videos as long as nothing else happens.
Right.
But yeah,
Do you
so
do the Discord thing? Do you have your own Discord? Have you kind of built that community deal, or is just mostly on the Twitch platform?
I do have a Discord as well, and everyone is welcome there. There are conversations about other games as well. Some people enjoy, what is it, like Desert Online or like card trading games. Some people even do Pokemon Go. And the community is based on just like-minded people having fun, having a little bit of banter, as long as it's not going too far. But just finding like-minded people, just having some positivity, finding people to play games with,
Right.
whether you're a Unicom or you're a tomato, it doesn't matter,
So
you know.
I watched some of your streams. I came by a couple times last week
Uh-oh.
and the week before, and I found it to be just a lot of fun. I mean, you are a stream of consciousness kind of streamer. There's always something being said or a song being sung. Is that pretty much all streams? I mean, I watched maybe a good hour and a half, but I didn't watch the whole thing. Is that kind of where you're coming from with your community and just getting in there?
Yeah, it's just, I just like being me. I just like having fun. And I think a lot of people notice that. And I have amazing games, mostly luck, not skill based. I'm going to be honest about that. But I I get destroyed sometimes like super quick, like really super quick, and then I go like, uh-oh, but it's okay. And I want people to know that it's okay. And I'm gonna say it, and people are gonna hate me for it. Don't judge me. It's just a game, people. Like seriously, it's pixels.
Why you have
Like,
to be mad?
why you have to be mad? I mean, yeah, do I rage sometimes? I do. It's like, oh my God. But most of the time, I rage towards myself because I do something so idiotic. And while I'm doing it, people that come into my stream know that while I'm doing it, I'm saying, like, I shouldn't be doing this. Why am I doing this? I'm going to, and I'm dead.
Yeah, yeah.
By the time I'm done saying it, I'm dead. It's just how I am. And I think it's just I mean, you die in the game, but people say YOLO. Yeah, YOLO, but until you hit that battle button again. So who cares? It's not like I'm really getting respected.
So, talking about that, I noticed on several occasions that when things get really exciting, that the tone goes up, and then there's a kind of war cry, and I'm not gonna be able to do it justice, but it's something like la 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 la. Can you do that for us?
Yes, and that's what my avatar is for. It's called the gobble. So I go like and I always say when in doubt, gobble. So when you're panicking, gobble. It will protect you.
It,
It's like an anti armor hack. Everything will bounce off you. I guarantee you that. I have survived things just by gobbling. That sounds really, really weird, but you know what I mean.
so really, the
It's just
stalling thing is out for you. It's if whatever it is, if I need RNG to help me or help or work against the enemy, just gobble.
yes, just
Okay.
gobble. When in doubt, gobble. When you don't, if I've sent you that clip and you've heard me gobble really loud and bounce a Jaeger shot on my EBR, the tier 8 wheelie. So yeah, it does help.
That's in
There's
the
proof
Miserable
of it.
Monday, by the way, that came out today.
Oh,
So
I gotta
yeah,
look at
yeah,
that one.
that's
Yes.
in the Miserable Monday. I did put that in there. That was fantastic. Now I understand. I thought you were saying Yeageroo, but I couldn't quite understand what it was. But I figured that's what the word was. So I'm glad that you said that again.
Yes, Jaeger.
So what brought you to computer gaming? Like, where did you start? Why do you like computer gaming? And what World of Tanks specifically, but in general as well.
Okay. So first of all, I'll start with gaming. When I was younger, I had an uncle who was really into pinball machines. He had an Atari, he had foosball machines in his house, stuff like that. And of course, as a child, that was one of my favorite places to go to spend the night with my aunt and uncle because he'd wake me up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and say, "Come on, let's go play some games." And I remember him buying a new console and giving me the old console with all the games. So I was pretty young, brought into computer gaming, but that was mostly console, like Atari and Commodore 64.
Okay, so
And
you started then in the Commodore 64 era.
yes,
Yeah.
so I started around that area and I never grew up, I guess. I don't want to grow up. I like games.
Which ones do you like best? Obviously, you like World of Tanks. You played a lot, but were you doing some other RTSs or RPGs or something before this?
I love 7 Days to Die. I got that game years and years ago, and it's one of my go-to games when I get sick of the RNG or the MM in World of Tanks. I go like, nope, I'm gonna play 7 Days to Die. The good thing about that game is there's a lot of mods, so there's a lot of different ways you can play it. You can build, you can survive, or whatever. So it's a survivor game, zombie game. I like a lot of old-fashioned games, like Bit Dungeon 2. I don't know if you know that. It's kind of like the old-fashioned Zelda
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
stuff like that. So Slay the Spire, I love. Immortal Neck sounds very funny, but very fun game. So I got a lot of games that I actually go to when I don't want to play tanks, but mainly it's World of Tanks.
Mainly, it's World of
I
Tanks.
got this love and hate relation with that game that just keeps sucking me back in. It's like play tanks, Grinny, play tanks. Yes,
So, how long have you been a CC? You came on fairly recently, is that right?
that's very true. I got a message in the beginning of November, which I am so bad at actually looking at my emails. So I got that message in the beginning of November, but I didn't see it until the 22nd of November. And that's when I became CC, 2019, that is. So last year.
So I did a video on that talking about kind of how you do it. And I know there's probably other people out there who play the game, like it a lot, and might want to do it. Get what's some advice from you on how to do that? How to become a CC. If that's something that's kind of a goal or you want to do that, what do you think would be something somebody would want to think about while they do it?
I think first and foremost, be yourself. Be honest. Don't brown nose anyone. Don't brown nose your community. Don't brown nose wargaming. Just say what you got to say, but say it in a decent way. Be respectful. I have disagreed with Wargaming. I have disagreed with my community that has said, like, no, you guys, you can't always put the blame on Wargaming. Like, half of the blame is on the communities as well, because people are like, for instance, the changes with Artie. Remember when the days that Artie only went to tier 8, and then it's like, oh my god, we need higher tier Arties and this and that. What does Wargaming do? Gives us higher tier Arties. Half of the people, oh my god, Wargaming, why did you do that? So you got two sides of the story. Wargaming is trying. I'm not saying that the decision was right. Don't get me wrong. I'm not an Artie lover, but they listen to one part and the other half is not happy. And then they listen to the other half, and then the other half is not happy again. So for them, it's not easy too. And I need people to understand too that they're trying, but you can't always please everyone.
Has it been kind
I
of
think
eye-opening for you working with the wargaming guys, with at least the community guys that you and I interact with? For me, anyway, it's been kind of eye-opening and has helped me adjust my attitude about exactly what you're talking about to sort of understand what the other side from the wargaming side is.
it did open my eyes tremendously, because every single one of them that I have talked to, they are amazing people. They are so supportive, and they put their 2 cents in everywhere. They, you know, they're people that are just trying to do their job, and they're trying to do it right. And they're amazing people. They are very understanding. They don't bash on us if we disagree with something. Sometimes they disagree with things too, but I mean, everyone who has a job knows that you don't always agree with your boss, but you know what? He's paying your bills,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you kind of sometimes have to suck it up, buttercup,
There you go.
That's just how it is.
Yeah. So you mentioned Artie early. How? So when did you start playing World of Tanks? How long have you been playing?
Um,
Roughly.
I think 2014. I did
Okay.
play a little bit before because my husband played it, and I played on his account. So I did play a little bit before. So
All
I
right.
do know, but yeah.
You brought him up. Who's a better World of Tanks player? You or your husband?
I would say if you listen to statistics, I would be. But if you look at actual play style and luck, as in, like, I get lucky a lot, and but definitely patience and strategy wise, he is the better player. Definitely.
Oh, that was very diplomatic. I think you're the better CC though, right?
True, yes, since he is in the CC. But yeah.
There you go. There you go. You can hang your hat on that. So it started in 2014. All right. So what is your play style? How do you like to go about the game?
Oh, dear Lord. I like to play fast tanks. Why? I like to play very aggressive. I think in the beginning of the game, spotting, depending on what tank you're in, getting some initial spots, even if your teammates don't shoot them right away, is important to see for your heavies. Oh, their heavies are going that way, so we should defend this side instead of going all the way the other side. So I think initial spots are very important. So I like to give some information to my team, and hopefully they actually process that the right way, which doesn't always happen.
Right.
But I like flexibility. I like to go where I'm needed. I like to get spotted on one side, get some shots off, and then hopefully survive, and then move on to the other side of the map. So I'm kind of like that annoying mosquito
Yeah.
that comes from every direction. It's like, oh my god, can somebody please smash this mosquito? Yeah. So
I do
yeah,
like that. That's kind of the way I like to play the game as well. So you like scouts and fast mediums basically.
yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Outstanding. So you like I said, your stream of consciousness on your stream. So I'm going to give you a quote, and then you give me an explanation for it. All right, you ready?
Oh,
All right,
yes.
all right. I'm sick in the head, but it doesn't hurt you. Do you remember saying that?
Yes.
Is that
I'm
a
sick of, yeah, because I believe that day I had a little bit of a cold, and somebody said, like, well, we already know that you're sick in the head. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sick in the head, but it doesn't hurt you, does it? Because it hurts me, but I think of myself sometimes I'm sick in the head because um I'm not. your average person. I do not understand the feeling of depression, which doesn't mean I don't think it's not real. I do believe it is real, and I wish that I could help people that actually suffer from that. But I'm sick in the head, as in, like, I will always find a positive note. I will always get back up. I don't like sitting down and just wallowing in self despair. Is that the right way
Yeah,
of saying it? My
yeah,
English
yeah.
is
No,
sometimes
that's no. Your
horrible.
English is fantastic.
But yeah, I always believe that you are able to change your own fate. And even if you cannot change your own fate, it is how you deal with something, how it will define you. Oh my God, that went deep, didn't
It did, but actually,
it?
it's a great segue because the next question really builds on that same thing. Because how do you go about getting better at the game? What are your thoughts on stats? How much you personally have to do with a win or a loss, and how do you go about trying to learn to get better?
Okay, so when I started this game, I was very competitive. I joined a clan that did clan wars, and my I did clan wars in tier eights back in the day, and I didn't have a lot of tier eight tanks except for the IS-3 and the ISU 152. And I was able to brawl with the IS-3s with my ISU 152 back in the day when it had the BL-10, of course. So I started calling battles. I was above 1800 win rate and rising. Stats were very important for me. And I was that third nugget, that very toxic person. I'm not joking, like, oh
Yeah,
my God, I was so toxic. And at a certain point, my husband looks at me while I was doing clan wars, and I'm yelling because I was calling the battle and somebody didn't listen. And he's like, afterwards, like, oh my God, babe, you are not a nice person to play with. And as soon as he said that, I looked at him, and that was after clan wars then. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. This game is starting to control my life. But it wasn't the game, it was me. Because I've always loved numbers. I like logic, right? So I decided then and there, I told my commander, you know what? I'm uninstalling this game. I'm done. I need to gather myself. I took a break for World of Tanks for a year, and I came back and I said, like, you know what? I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have fun. And I did. And my stats dropped. My win rate is still good. My stats dropped. Why? I still care about stats. I do want to do good, but it's not the main cause. I am not
right.
going to sacrifice my teammates for me to get some extra damage. I'd rather have a win than have more damage. So I changed the way I was reacting to my teams and changed my play style instead of accepting my random teammates to change their play style. And you know
Yeah.
what? The game can be a lot of fun if you think that way.
It's
A
kind of
lot of
it's
fun.
kind of supposed to be, right?
Exactly. It's a game. And that's why I say to like, it's just a game.
Yeah.
I've been there, but it's just a game. Don't let it rule you.
And you can
It's
try to
not
be
good.
good and work hard at it and still have it be a game. But it's interesting what you said just a moment ago because you said somewhere around win 8 of 1800 I
Mm-hmm.
was the most toxic, and so was I. And I think a lot of people, it's my contention is as you start to actually learn the game and understand it, and you start to look around and figure out so many people don't, that makes you mad, but you're still not good enough to kind of get over it. That's the way I see that. What do you think about that?
I totally agree with that because back in the day, I got a lot of Unicom saying to me, like, "Oh, you're just a blueberry. You're just a blueberry."
Yeah,
So that actually added towards
yeah,
the pressure of like, I gotta get to that purple, I have to get to that purple. And it's like it just adds oil on the fire, and it's like, and the more you do bad, because it's not always your team, you want to have that damage. So you want to be in that, but you just aren't there yet skill wise, and you get obliterated. And then it's like, oh my God, it's the team's fault. Where was my team? Where was my
yeah.
team? No,
That's right.
you're supposed to watch the minimap. If your team's sitting back, why the heck are you at their base?
Yeah,
I mean, And that
Yeah.
makes the difference between, for instance, a blueberry and a unicum.
Yeah.
Realizing that it's in their hands, not in somebody else's hands. You can rely on teammates, but you can't rely on teammates if they're sitting back and you're like half the map away and they don't have shots. That's on you,
Right.
you know.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. So the attitude of having fun actually comes through a lot from what I saw on your stream because you do a lot of platoons on stream, which I
Yes.
is is that true? I mean, I was thinking maybe I just found the ones where you do platoons, but do you do platoons quite a lot?
I do platoon quite a lot. I do platoon with people in the stream. Now, I usually wait till I know someone a little bit better because I
Right.
don't want anyone, being in voice, being a real dirt nugget. But yeah, and we also do sync drops.
Yeah.
Every single time I stream, we do sync drops. I have no issue of being that person that wants to play with everyone. I'm not there to show you like, oh, look what I can do. I'm not like that because I mean, if I am showing you what I can do, I'm going to show you glorious deaths,
Give
how
us
you can
give us
die.
give us
Yeah.
more give us more of that super unicum voice. I think that's what you just gave us. You got to give us
Yeah.
some more of that.
Yes. Oh my God, I can't do it on command.
Let me
Uh,
show
uh,
you what I can do.
yeah, let me show you what I can do because, oh my God, I am so amazing. No, it's just, I just want to have fun and I want people to have fun too. And the sync drops is one of those things that we even have a thing. If you kill the Grinny or somebody in the platoon, you get points in the channel, which you can then spend again when there's giveaways or
Oh, that's
anything.
great. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so if you get to kill me, and I got asked a lot about stream sniping. I used to be so against it, but I have something like I've learned, you guys. Shh, don't tell anyone. But I have learned to, if somebody is stream sniping and they're trying to YOLO me, I got like 7 or 8 tanks behind me. Hello, come and get me, friends.
I tell you what, Greeny, I actually love it. I have had that happen on stream, and when I figure out it's going on, and I know they're in the stream, and it's not all the time, it just happens once in a while. What
Yeah, it
I
happens.
do from there is I start egging them on. I say, "You better kill me.
Yeah.
Do not lose to me when you have that kind of extra SA. Come
Oh,
on,
yeah.
don't lose." And when they do, I just pile on. It goes from there.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I got a lot of people that say like, "Oh, but then put a 1 minute delay on it." It's like, no, why? I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might blind shoot me in that bush, and I might have low health, but guess what? I'm coming to get you, baby. So I
So
mean,
so you're not anonymous, I'm guessing, right?
oh no, I do not. Oh my God, that word, anonymize. I can't say that
Anonymous.
word. Yes, that I am not hiding. I'm there, and if you want to shoot me, you can shoot me.
Yeah.
That's okay because it's part of the game.
I've got a
So
good
yeah.
friend from I don't know why we're going to go down this road, but I got a good friend from the Philippines, and she cannot say hippopotamus.
Oh
It's
my
always
God,
hippopotatotabus.
I know, and it's so weird. Some words are just so bad, and then other words I can say, but I say them with a very weird accent.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No,
and it's like, oh dear Lord, yes.
it's definitely easy to understand. That's fantastic. All right, so that brings me to the next thing about the anonymous thing. You have a marketing background, without getting too deep into your past and all that.
Hmm.
For me, leaving my name up there is a marketing thing,
Yeah,
right? I'm trying to
that too.
stream. I want them to know my name. That it's weird to me that people would go anonymous who are doing what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that too. And I guess if you are a good player, you get focused, but who cares? Who
Right.
cares? I see it as an honor, like, oh, they're shooting at me. Oh, they must like me, they want that booty, but he ain't getting it. But yeah, I mean, to each their own. And if somebody is not showing their name,
Yeah.
then that's okay with me. But I don't think it would change anything for me. And as a CC, in my opinion, people know you and they might have questions. And to me, it's a responsibility to answer those questions,
Right.
to say to people like, look, it's okay to sometimes die in the first 2 minutes of the battle. It happens.
Yeah, you kind of made an
It's
agreement.
okay.
Wargaming said, "Here, we're going to give you these benefits. We'd like you to promote the game, as you see fit."
Hmm.
So that's kind of the way I see it as well. All right, so you going to frontline this time or no?
I hate front lines. I
How
cannot.
come? How come?
It is so grindy. It is so boring. I just don't like it. And I don't see the point that you can respawn in a battle over and over again. It just doesn't make sense in my head. And I just don't like it.
It feels like
I,
it's it
I
feels like
don't.
it's not World of Tanks to me.
Yeah. It feels more like a oh my God, like a what was that game called again? Where you constantly respawn.
I don't know, Call of
But it
Duty
just
or whatever. Yeah, lots of the
yeah.
FPSs do that. Lots of the FPS. Battlefield 1942 did that.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you win or lose, it's all about the ranks.
Right.
And then you got that very selfish play, which you also have in pubs. But in pubs, you got like 15 versus 15. But here you got like I don't know how many, and it's just yeah, I can't deal with it
30
very
versus
well.
30 and you're in it for 30 minutes probably.
Yeah.
You can't get out.
So yeah, yeah, no, it's not my thing. I just
So
no.
considering that, and you're kind of against the respawn and some of the other things, that's kind of a big FPS thing that's out there right now. What are the actual things about World of Tanks mechanically, the way it's done, that you like? What kind of draws you to it?
I like the oh, I love the game and I hate the game at the same time. That's so weird. I
That's
know. I like the fact that it is PvP, but it is a different kind of PvP than in most things. It's not just an FPS. There's so much more about the game. Like there's so many mechanics in it that make it challenging. I mean, I've been playing for years and I still come find out things daily that I go, huh, I didn't realize this. Oh, this works.
yeah,
Oh my God. So you keep learning. It's not the kind of game that, and I'm pretty sure Unicoms will agree with that too, because I'm definitely not one. But they'll agree with me that you cannot let your focus get down because you will get killed. You have to keep focus. And that's why it's so cool that the normal random battles are maximum 15 minutes. Because after like a really intense battle, you need like 5 minutes, or at least I do. I need like 5 minutes or at least a few minutes to just like, oh my God. We've all had those sweaty
yeah,
palms when we had to carry a battle that we go like, oh my God. And then your hands are shaking. It's like, oh my God, now I need coffee. I just need to sit down for a
yeah,
second.
yeah. Or the sessions that you play 3 games in a row and you're just godlike in that fourth game. This happens to me streaming all the time. And you just
Yeah.
load into that fourth game and the giant potato zero just hits you right in the forehead.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That happens to me quite a lot.
All right, so wheeled tank fan or not a wheeled tank fan?
Well, for one,
Asking
they're
the right
not
questions here.
tanks. They don't have tracks. They're not tanks. They're not armored. Well, they shouldn't be armored, but they are. But I don't mind the wheelies as much as a normal scout. Like for instance, if I'm in my T100 LT and I'm fighting an EBR 105 on one, I will take that booger out. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. What I don't like is if I'm in my T100 LT and we have, for instance, two other normals, or yeah, one other normal scout and then one wheelie, and on the other side there's three wheelies, tier 10.
All right.
Then I totally disagree with it. I do think that it would be better to say like, okay, just one wheelie per side. I think that would balance it way more because when there's three or four or even five wheelie mabobbles running around that field, it's just agitating. It's like what the hell? Because you're making their wheels wibbly wobbly, and then nobody shoots them because I can't hit it. But the wheel is wibbly wobbly. Just destroy it, please, please. But yeah, it's just annoying. Just one
I'm,
per side.
we need to change the term for the wheels getting damaged to, was it wibbly wobbly?
Wibbly wobbly,
Wibbly
yes.
wobbly, yeah. So tracked vehicles will get tracked, but wheel tanks should be more wibbly wobbly when they get
Yeah,
hit.
because they go wibbly
They
wobbly when
do.
they
You're right. They do
no.
that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Uh-huh.
it's
They kind
completely.
of remind me of those old French cars, the Citroën.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're wibbly wobbly too.
But not on purpose, right? Those
No,
they
they're
just
just
built them
weird.
that way, right?
Yes.
Citra and all those things are just, especially the old ones. Holy cow! I spent some time in Europe
Yes.
in the Air Force, and there's some of those cars. Holy cow! Well,
Yep.
hey, Grinny, it's been a lot of fun. Thanks for coming by. What, anything else you want to tell the fans out there? What's
Well,
Before we go? What's the future? What's Grinny going to try to do with this CC thing? Are you going to move into other games? Are you trying to stream more, less, the same, or what's the plan?
um,
Um,
well, what I'm trying to do as a CC, I still don't see myself as a CC really. I just see myself kind of as that person that has a little bit connections that we can ask questions, that I try to answer questions, and if I don't know them, I'll go higher end and ask them about it. But just kind of being that middle person and trying to show people that you can have fun in this game. Don't let other people influence you because they call you a noob. I mean, I get called noob a lot and I laugh with it. It's like, damn right I am. I am a noob, even though I've been playing this for years. But I think the most important thing for me as a CC is positivity. And I mean that not just in game, but also trying to get a community that supports each other. Somebody has a rough day. Let's help them out. Let's chit chat a little bit. Let's give them a virtual hug.
have a
Sometimes a
laugh.
virtual hug. Have a laugh,
Yeah.
right? Joke around.
So
Give advice.
I'm gonna counter you on one thing there because you should stop thinking I'm not a CC because that's ridiculous. You are a CC,
I
and
know.
what you bring is fantastic from what I've seen. When I do these interviews, I like to watch as much as I can, at least an hour to two of what y'all are doing, and I'm gonna liken it a little bit to the Devil Dog. Not that you're the same, but I laughed. Like I sat
Mhm.
there, which would have surprised me if you'd have told me 5 years ago I was gonna watch somebody stream a game and enjoy it. I'd have laughed you out of the room. I'd have
Yep.
said that's dumb. I'd rather play. Why would I do that? But because you guys are all so different than me, in a lot of cases the same in the love of a game, but different. I just had a laugh. I have to tell you, I thought it was awesome. I think Wargaming's done a really good job of putting together a wide spectrum of, I'm going to call it skill ranges, but that's not really it because everyone
Also
brings,
of mental thinking
yeah.
about the game. There's very competitive CCs. There are CCs that are hilarious that, oh my God, I gotta go run to the bathroom so many times because I will pee my pants laughing. Like, and you got people that are very trying to give advice, they're very different in a lot of ways. And I agree that Wargaming did a great job because there is a CC out there for everyone. But how I meant it, like I don't feel like a CC is like, to me it sounds like a title and it just sounds so weird because I'm just having fun and enjoying what I'm
Right.
doing and I don't want to feel like I'm above anyone. Does that make sense?
That makes
So
total, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I am the middle person in that way. I'm a CC, but by all means, I am not more, neither less than anyone else that plays this game.
Right. Right.
So I feel equal to everyone, and I have pit peeves with this game sometimes, and I love this game in other ways, just like anyone else that plays this, because nobody that plays this is fully on like, oh my God, I love this, or oh my God, I hate this. Because
So,
if you hated it completely, you wouldn't come back to it, right?
right. Right. So what I got from that is if you make Grinny laugh and she runs out of the room, you knew you did a good job. Is that?
Yes.
And if you're going la 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 while you do it, then oh no, God,
That it's really urgent. It's like, oh my God, I better make it.
oh man, well, hey, thanks so much for coming by. I really enjoyed this chat
Thank you
there.
for having me.
And so here's your plug time. Anything you want to plug? Do you have any sponsors or anything you want to shout out to, or?
I do have Stream Gifts as a sponsor, but
Okay.
that's just, that means that people can buy me gifts without having to giving me their address, or
Right.
I don't have to give my address.
Okay. And I'll put
But
the rest of your info down in the description for your Twitch and Facebook or whatever it is that you've got right there.
okay, that sounds good. But yeah, just you guys, everyone who plays this game, just enjoy the game. Even if you don't come to my streams, it doesn't matter. Just don't let anyone ruin your game experience, because the only one who can ruin your game experience is yourself by letting people get to you. Just as long as you're trying to learn to get better, find someone that can give you advice. I found some unicoms in the beginning that really gave me good advice, that helped me out a lot, that showed me the mechanics in training rooms. Find someone like that. Find a CC. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of CCs out there. Get into someone's stream, ask them about it. Just don't let people ruin your experience with a game. And that just doesn't count for this game. It counts for any game out there. Just have fun. That's what they're for. Having fun.
Fantastic, Grinny. I do appreciate that. I cannot add anything better than that. We'll see you guys later. So goodbye, Grinny.
Bye.